Something has changed inside you. You no longer chase. You no longer beg. You no longer explain yourself to people who never truly valued your heart. And angels want you to know, this silence, this distance, this complete detachment, is shaking your enemies more than you realize. They expected you to break. They expected tears, reactions, anger, desperation. But instead, you became quiet. You stepped back. You stopped feeding their negativity. You stopped trying to prove your worth. And now they cannot understand you anymore. Why is this happening to you? Because angels have been separating you from toxic energy. What felt like loneliness was actually protection. What felt like rejection was divine redirection. Angels are saying, do not return to what hurt you. Listen carefully. Some people became comfortable hurting you because they thought you would never leave. They thought your kindness made you weak. But angels saw every hidden tear, every sleepless night, every silent battle nobody knew about. And now heaven is responding. Have you noticed these signs? Feeling disconnected from people you once loved, wanting more peace and less noise, suddenly losing interest in fake conversations, feeling spiritually tired around certain people. These are not accidents. Angels are removing your spirit from places that no longer deserve your energy. And this is what is driving your enemies insane. Your peace. Your silence. Your emotional control. Because they wanted access to your emotions. They wanted to see you suffer. They wanted proof that they still had power over you. But angels cut the cord. Now they watch you from a distance, confused. How are they still standing? How did they become so calm? Why can't we affect them anymore? Because angels are standing around you now. You are not fighting this battle alone. There are conversations happening behind your back. People watching you secretly. People shocked that you are healing without their apology. And angels are saying, keep walking away. Do not explain your growth. Do not beg people to understand your heart. Your detachment is sacred now. What are angels trying to tell you? That your spirit has outgrown certain people. Not everyone can go where angels are taking you. Some connections had to break because they were draining your destiny. Some people had to leave because they were delaying your blessings. Yes, it hurt deeply. You gave love. You gave loyalty. You gave chances nobody else would have given. But angels are saying, enough. Your heart deserves rest now. The strange thing is, the more detached you become, the more your enemies obsess over you. Because your absence exposed their darkness. Your silence became a mirror. And now they are forced to face themselves. Type yes if you believe angels are protecting your peace. There is something else angels need you to hear. Do not mistake your detachment for coldness. You are not becoming heartless. You are becoming wiser. You finally learned that not everyone deserves access to your soul. And angels are proud of you for surviving what almost destroyed you. Have you felt this before? That moment when you suddenly stop caring about revenge, stop needing validation, stop needing people to choose you, that is spiritual elevation. That is angels lifting you higher. The pain changed you. But it did not ruin you. In fact, your enemies are disturbed because they expected trauma to destroy your spirit. Instead, you became stronger, calmer, more protected. Angels are saying there is urgency in this message. Do not go backward. Do not reconnect with people heaven removed. Some individuals miss your energy, not your heart. Be careful. Not everyone reaching back toward you has pure intentions. Angels are asking you to trust your discernment now more than ever. If something feels heavy, pay attention. If someone only appears when you are healing, pay attention. Angels are speaking through your spirit. And your spirit already knows the truth. You are entering a season where peace will matter more than popularity. Where privacy will protect your blessings. Where silence will become your power. Your enemies cannot understand how you became unreachable emotionally. But angels understand. Because they were rebuilding you in secret. Every painful ending, every betrayal, every lonely night, was preparing your spirit for this transformation. You are not abandoned. You are chosen. And chosen souls often walk through painful separation before divine elevation arrives. Very soon, you will feel lighter. You will laugh again. Sleep peacefully again. Trust yourself again. The storm is ending. Angels are surrounding your home with protection. They are covering your mind with peace. They are guiding your future even when you cannot yet see the path. So tonight, release the need to be understood by everyone. Release the guilt of walking away. Release the fear of losing people who never truly honored your soul. Angels are holding you gently now. And while others are losing themselves trying to understand your silence, you are finally finding yourself. Stay close to your peace. Stay close to angels. Everything is unfolding in divine timing. And no matter how alone you may sometimes feel, angels have never left your side. There is a reason your spirit feels different lately. There is a reason you no longer react the way you used to. The angels are saying that something sacred has happened inside you, something invisible that people around you cannot fully understand. You have entered a season of complete detachment, and while you may think nobody notices, your silence is echoing loudly in places you cannot see. The same people who once ignored your pain are now deeply disturbed by your peace. The same people who expected you to keep chasing, begging, explaining, and proving yourself are now confused because you stopped giving them access to your emotions. Angels want you to understand this clearly. Your detachment is not weakness. It is spiritual protection. It is the moment your soul finally became tired of carrying what heaven never wanted you to carry. For so long, you gave your heart to people who only valued your presence when it benefited them. You kept trying to save relationships that were draining your spirit. You kept showing loyalty to people who secretly enjoyed seeing you hurt. But angels saw every hidden wound. They saw every night you cried in silence. They saw every moment you questioned your worth because of how people treated you. And now heaven is intervening in ways you do not yet fully understand. Why is this happening to you? Why do you suddenly feel disconnected from certain people? Why does your soul crave distance, peace, and quiet more than attention and validation? Angels are saying this is not depression. This is not failure. This is spiritual awakening. Your soul is rejecting toxic energy. The old version of you tolerated disrespect because your heart was pure. But now the angels are opening your eyes. They are showing you that not everyone deserves access to your energy. Not everyone deserves your softness. Not everyone deserves your presence. And this realization is driving your enemies absolutely insane because they can no longer control you emotionally. They became addicted to your reactions. They became comfortable hurting you because they thought you would always stay. They thought your kindness meant weakness. They thought your love would keep allowing disrespect. But now something has changed. You became silent. You became calm. You stopped arguing. You stopped explaining yourself. You stopped defending your heart to people determined to misunderstand you. And that silence, that powerful silence, is terrifying the people who secretly fed off your pain. Have you noticed these signs? Have you noticed how certain people suddenly watch you more closely now that you have detached? Have you noticed how some people seem angry simply because you stopped responding emotionally? Have you noticed how your peace irritates people who once had access to your weakness? Angels are saying pay attention. There are people secretly disturbed by your healing. They expected your pain to destroy you. They expected betrayal to break your spirit permanently. They expected rejection to make you desperate for acceptance. But instead, you became wiser. You became spiritually stronger. You became harder to manipulate. And now they are watching from a distance, trying to understand how someone they tried to break became unreachable emotionally. What they do not understand is that angels have been protecting you behind the scenes this entire time. Every delay, every separation, every painful ending was heaven pulling you away from people who could not go where you are destined to go. Angels are saying do not ignore this message. This is a very important season in your life. Some people will try to return now that they feel your energy pulling away. Some will suddenly act kind. Some will suddenly pretend to care. Some will try to reopen doors that angels already closed. Be careful. Not every apology carries pure intentions. Not every return is from love. Some people simply miss access to your light. They miss the version of you that tolerated mistreatment. They miss the emotional control they once had over your heart. But angels are saying you cannot go backward anymore. Your soul has already outgrown certain environments, certain conversations, and certain connections. The pain taught you discernment. The betrayal taught you boundaries. The loneliness taught you how to find strength within yourself. And now heaven is asking you to trust what your spirit feels. If someone's energy feels heavy, trust it. If your peace disappears around certain people, trust it. Angels speak through your spirit more than you realize. What are angels trying to tell you? They are trying to tell you that your detachment is preparing you for elevation. You are not losing people because you are unworthy. You are losing people because your destiny is changing. There are blessings coming into your life that cannot survive around constant negativity, jealousy, manipulation, and emotional chaos. Angels are clearing your path. They are removing hidden enemies. They are exposing fake love. They are teaching you the difference between people who truly love your soul and people who only loved controlling your emotions. This is why your enemies are becoming restless. Your silence exposed them. Your absence revealed truths nobody wanted to admit. Your peace became a mirror forcing people to confront their own darkness. And many cannot handle what they see. Type yes if you believe angels are guiding your life right now. The angels also want you to know this: you are not cold-hearted for walking away. You are not selfish for protecting your peace. You are not wrong for choosing distance after everything you survived. People who never carried your pain will never fully understand the battles you fought in silence. They did not feel the exhaustion in your spirit. They did not experience the constant disappointment, betrayal, emotional confusion, and hidden loneliness you carried for so long. But angels understand. Heaven understands. And that is why your spirit is finally choosing rest over chaos. You no longer need revenge because angels are handling what you cannot see. You no longer need to prove your worth because your value was never dependent on human approval. You no longer need to chase people who repeatedly showed you where you stand in their hearts. Very soon, everything will begin making sense. The confusion will fade. The heaviness will lift. The peace you have been craving will finally settle into your spirit fully. Angels are already aligning new blessings, new opportunities, new connections, and new doors for your future, but first, they needed your heart detached from what was draining you. They needed you free from emotional chains. They needed you to realize your soul is too valuable to keep sacrificing for people who never truly appreciated your love. This is your turning point. This is the season where you stop abandoning yourself to keep others comfortable. This is the season where your spirit finally chooses healing. And while your enemies grow frustrated trying to understand your transformation, angels are smiling because they know the truth: you survived what was meant to destroy you. So tonight, breathe deeply and release the fear of being misunderstood. Release the guilt of walking away from toxic energy. Release the sadness connected to people who failed to protect your heart. Angels are standing around you now. They are protecting your mind. They are restoring your strength. They are guiding every step even when the road feels uncertain. You are not alone in this season. You are being divinely protected, divinely separated, and divinely prepared for something far greater than your current pain. Stay close to your peace. Stay close to your spirit. Stay close to angels. Because while others are losing sleep trying to understand your silence, heaven is preparing your next chapter with love, protection, and divine timing. And before the angels leave this message with you tonight, they need you to hear one final truth deep in your soul. Everything you lost was not a punishment. Some people had to leave because they could no longer walk beside the person you are becoming. Some doors had to close because angels saw dangers you could not see. Some betrayals happened because heaven needed to break your attachment to places where your spirit was slowly dying. You cried because your heart was pure, but angels are saying those tears were never wasted. Every painful lesson was shaping you into someone stronger, wiser, calmer, and spiritually untouchable. Your enemies thought isolation would weaken you, but they never expected your isolation to become your transformation. They never imagined that the silence they forced onto you would become the very thing that connected you closer to angels. While they were watching your struggles, heaven was rebuilding your spirit in secret. While they laughed, judged, rejected, and underestimated you, angels were preparing blessings with your name already written on them. This is why your energy feels different now. This is why your presence feels calmer but more powerful. You are no longer begging for love, attention, or understanding because your soul finally realizes that what is truly meant for you will never require you to abandon yourself. Have you noticed how your spirit no longer fears losing people the way it once did? That is because angels are teaching you emotional freedom. The chains are breaking. The fear is leaving. The need for approval is disappearing, and the more detached you become from toxic energy, the more peace enters your life. This is not emptiness. This is divine alignment. Angels are removing noise so you can finally hear your own spirit clearly. They are clearing distractions so your blessings can finally reach you without interference. They are protecting your future in ways your human eyes cannot yet fully understand. There are beautiful things coming toward you now. Peace that does not need to be forced. Love that does not leave you confused. Connections that do not drain your soul. Doors that open naturally. Rest that reaches your heart deeply. The angels are saying your hardest season is not your final season. The pain was real, but so is the healing that is coming. The betrayal was painful, but so is the protection now surrounding your life. You survived moments that should have broken you completely, yet here you are, still breathing, still standing, still moving forward even after everything. And that is why heaven calls you chosen. Not because your life was easy. Not because people treated you fairly. But because despite every attack on your heart, your spirit still carries light. Angels are proud of you. Proud of every silent battle you fought alone. Proud of every time you stayed kind after being hurt. Proud of every moment you resisted becoming bitter. Proud that you kept believing even when life felt unbearably heavy. So let this message rest inside your heart tonight. You do not need to chase what angels already planned for you. You do not need to fear people walking away. You do not need to explain your silence anymore. Your peace is sacred now. Your spirit is protected now. Your future is being guided now. And while your enemies grow restless trying to understand why they can no longer reach you emotionally, angels are wrapping their wings around your life, whispering softly to your soul. You made it through the darkness. You are safe now. Keep walking forward. We are with you. And we will never leave your side.